Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining me. To those who are new, my name is Milu. I was born clairvoyant, which means I don't use any tools to read. I am also psychic and a medium. Thank you, greeter, Copy's mom. I don't know if Pat is here. Thank you very much for your help and Noel, helping me monitor the room. I really appreciate it. I feel like talking about the latest thing I read this morning, a little while ago, in fact. Two people on Pence's staff unfortunately tested positive for the virus. And someone reminded me last evening something I said, I don't remember exactly how many months ago. And friends, it's very difficult for me to keep track of everything I say. Some of them I remember, others I can't. The person reminded me that I said I saw a black blanket over the White House. And this morning I was thinking about that. The vision that I am getting is what goes around comes around. Trump is pushing those poor people to go back to work on those meat processing plants. If he thinks that, thank you, Latricia Morel. Thank you very much for your generosity and the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you. The thing is, if they are not careful, this thing will explode the same way it did on those processing plants at the White House. I know there is a panic now, a lot of panic in there. But unfortunately, we will hear a lot more about more people, unfortunately, testing positive. Hopefully, everything will be okay with them. But that's the vision I was getting this morning, that he may get what he's wishing on others, or forcing others to expose themselves. Us too, trying to force us to go back to work, but thank God we are saying no by staying in place. The other reference is what Barr did yesterday, asking the court basically to drop the case against Flynn. I believe it was earlier this week. I said Barr is going to do more stuff. I don't remember exactly when I said it. Yesterday was one of them. And, for some reason I'm not worried. And I feel this is going to backfire. And I was just reading it again on Twitter, the judge is going to have the last word. If it is the same judge, Barr and company are not going to have the last word. And the judge is not afraid of Trump nor this administration. And I also feel intuitively that Trump will get a fight on his hands because he's trying to dismantle, him and McConnell, to dismantle the judiciary or somehow affect the outcome of cases that are pending or going on against their friends. And I still feel what I said months ago, that I saw someone reaching behind Barr's desk and pull him out. Yes, that's still going to happen. I don't know how, exactly when. The other reference is if you saw him last night. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for your generosity in the super chat. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Last night, and his CBS, and the interview he had with CBS, his arrogance, you can see it dripping, okay, and he's full of power. Let him and Trump be Trump, because him and Trump nowadays in association, it's like they're trying to dismantle everything and clear Trump's name, hoping they can get him reelected on false premises. It's not going to happen. And I feel like saying Barr will have legal issues once this is over. He thinks he's smarter than everyone else. That's always the case. People like him who are telling you they don't care about their reputation, history is going to be written by the winners and all of that. People, don't let that get to you. We must continue to resist, and don't let those bravados, people who are trying to convince themselves somehow a miracle is going to happen for them. Their guy Trump is going to win, or he's going to pull some kind of magic out of his hat and make everything okay. They are wrong. And also they said there was some kind of telephone call between Trump and Putin, because of course Trump wants to be like Putin, and he wants to do the bidding for them. I will repeat, let Trump be Trump, because right now there is going to be a major fight. And I've said it yesterday, I will repeat again. I believe I said it yesterday. Except for McConnell and some people, not all, and the Republican leadership in the Senate, a lot of them are becoming very uneasy. First of all, they know basically Trump is a complete failure, and he has proven that with the way he went about handling. Trump didn't even have to handle this situation we are experiencing right now. All he had to do was to follow what Obama left. And if he didn't like it, he could have his own people review it and basically delegate. No, as we notice, everything has to come from him. He is in charge. He is the boss. He used to have a group of 5 people in his mom and pop real estate store. So he thinks it's the same thing, and also, of course, he's a sociopath and a narcissist. He thinks he knows everything. Thank you very much, Pam Pierce. Thank you for your generosity and the super chat. Pam says, so grateful for you and the chat family. Me too. Thank you very much. I appreciate all of you. So Trump thinks that the same way he used to lie to his condo buyers, lie, and anything he said basically went. He thinks he can do that with us, and that's what he's trying to do right now. That's why his administration is trying to suppress the CDC report on how to go about reopening the country, and the steps to take. He did not like that very much, because it's not going to be fast enough for the economy to bounce back. This man is dreaming. The unemployment numbers, unfortunately, will get worse. I'm terrified too, people. I'm not saying this, and I've said that about a year ago. I was hoping I was wrong, and I said it did. I didn't like it. What I felt was coming, and was hoping I was wrong. And unfortunately, we are here. It will get worse, but don't lose hope. Don't get afraid. We're going to overcome. but we simply have to continue what we have been doing. Protect ourselves and our families and hang in there. Thank you very much, Janine Adams. Thank you very much for the super chat and for your generosity. I appreciate it, and you are very welcome. So, I hope people don't restrain Trump at all. He is doing whatever he wants to do. And that's what's going to be his downfall. If we notice, not too many things Trump have done. I mean, while president, I'm not talking about his past. It's a disaster. And the way Trump is taking the country right now, the path he has put the country and where we are heading, except for a few in the Republican base, they know it's wrong. Except for the people with money who only think about themselves. And those who are sick upstairs from past experiences, whether it was when they were growing up or whatever in their life happened in their lives, make them think that somebody, they can live in Trump's lies. Beyond these people, Trump is a flunky. It's obvious to all. His poll numbers are not going to get better. Barring a miracle from Putin, Trump is history. And yes, him and his family, they will face prosecution because the way they have handled the distribution of those PPEs, among other things, I'm simply using PPE as an example, the way Kushner had his own team of people, they are seizing things from the states. All these things at the right time, it feels like to me intuitively, are going to come back to haunt these people. And for some reason, every time I get discouraged, like it happened again to me this morning, I'm like, oh my God, how far is this guy going to go? And what is Nancy Pelosi thinking? For some reason, I feel Nancy Pelosi is taking note of everything. And at the right time, she will pounce. It may be after the election, it may be before. And that is if Trump is able to hang on to power till then. But you know something? There is another factor in the White House, fear. I heard the storyline is Trump was livid yesterday when he heard, unfortunately, the young aide tested positive, or somebody and his team tested positive for this situation. You guys know what I mean. I don't want YouTube to shut my video off. So, as I thought with Trump, that's going to be part of him wanting to jump ship as well. But the other most important thing is that fight that's brewing behind the scenes among Republicans. I mentioned that. And I don't see them finding a way to resolve the differences because of the way Trump has handled this situation, his behavior. They don't all agree with what Barr is doing, the path Trump has the country on. They are not comfortable with it because they have kids. Not all of them think the same way. Thank God for that. And I'm going to repeat something I've said a while back, months ago. I'm not sure if I mentioned it yesterday or the day before yesterday. People from the government as well, government employees or from the White House, just like Dr. Bright is ringing the bell, the fire bell, that is, there will be more. Except for Trump's sycophants, it feels like to me things are reaching a tipping point because now they're friends within the White House. And also, one of them may be ill, may have caught this thing. This is going to cause not only stress in the White House, disagreement, it's going to cause disagreement, finger pointing, being afraid of each other, and anger. And at the right time, the anger will be directed towards Trump because they feel he has put their lives in jeopardy. All these things, except for a few, will put their lives on the line for Trump. But 99% of those people, no, they will not do that. They're not that stupid. you know, they like the power and the prestige. They think, to me, having Trump as president, there is no prestige right now in working in the White House. But if that's what makes them feel good, that's fine. Within the next 2 weeks, we're going to hear how those people feel about Trump will change. If Trump and Pence don't take action now to prevent the spread, which has already begun, of this situation in the White House, if they can stop it, if they themselves are not carriers. I'm not saying they are, I'm saying if they themselves, because this hour you may be fine, the next hour they find out you're a carrier. So, but I am expecting chaos in that place within the next week if they continue to follow Trump the ignorant, the same thing he has been doing. And as I'm saying this, I'm getting Kellyanne Conway. She is freaking out, but it may be too late. It's going to be difficult for a lot of them, but, they enable Trump, and he has caused a lot of death. Over 75,000 people, I believe, we have lost so far in the past few months. So, and all he can think about is himself, no one else. So, like the person who reminded me of that black sheet I saw over the White House, it's still hanging in there, not inside, but over the White House. And I feel we are just starting to see the meaning of that vision. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they do something to stop it. If they don't take corrective action, it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be just like one of those processing plants. And I will look back to the Flann's case. That too, that judge is not going to walk away and allow Trump and Barr to tell him what to do. There is going to be a fight. The other reference is I wrote the note here because I can get carried away with what pictures that I am getting and thoughts that are coming into my mind. I had to write a couple of things down. That lady who accused Biden of attacking her wherever she said she was, I watched a clip of it this morning of her talking. Something like that might have happened to her, but it wasn't Biden. It felt like to me, and it wasn't because somebody cornered her. Sometimes some people put themselves in situations that they didn't think it was going to get to a certain situation, and it happened. it feels like to me she's doing something she experienced and blame and say Biden did it. That's what I felt when I saw her this morning. And also, from what I understand, a Trump mega donor is her attorney. I don't feel this thing is going to go anywhere. If anything, this woman has done major damage to herself and her reputation. I don't feel it's going to affect. And you know something she said? It rang so untrue to me. I like Biden. I prefer to have Biden as president. And no, I don't, any day over Trump. If she said Trump said it, I would maybe say, maybe he did. She said, Biden said, you are nothing. For some reason, intuitively, that has not resonated at all with me. Not the minute she said it, I didn't even, not even, when you are an intuitive, somebody says something, the first thing that comes to mind, you bet, that's what it is. You better believe, trust your instinct, the first impression that you get is the answer. And that didn't register at all. So intuitively speaking, my prediction, this is not going to affect Joe at all. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's do whatever we can to, if we have to vote by mail. I know some people are wondering what's going to happen to the Postal Service. We will make it. The Postal Service will survive. I know some of you have, helped me understand how things work, and you've told me that the Postal Service is in the Constitution somehow. How it's supposed to be managed or something like that is in the Constitution. Trump cannot undo it. And I, before I even knew that, I knew it wasn't going to happen. But let's not worry about it. We will find a way forward, and we will keep our Postal Service. Trump will be long gone. In fact, if anything, as I'm saying this, the person he puts in there, if he's not careful, he may find himself in legal trouble as well. And I've said that a long time ago. Most people who work for Trump or who have interacted with him or in his government, strong possibility down the line, and somebody mentioned it on Twitter yesterday, or I don't remember exactly if it was this morning or yesterday, the next administration is going to have to be able to govern going forward because we've never looked back. But this time around, we're going to have to be able to do both. Look back and rectify what was done wrong and take care of everyone who participated. That's going to happen. Also move the country forward. I feel that's going to be done. I predicted that before the person mentioned it. It resonated with me. If these people think, things are going to continue like they used to after everything, all the damages they've caused, they are mistaken. Okay. One second. I'm looking. If I want to make sure. In any event, I feel like saying that the usual thing: let Trump be Trump. Let Barr live in Trump's world, thinking that he's going to be able to get away with things. And as I'm saying this, I'm hearing Christopher Wray, the current FBI director, he may get fired. That's just somebody said he's on thin ice, or Trump says something about him. Yeah. Let him fire these people. To me, I think it's great. Because he's undoing himself. He simply haven't realized it yet. Or he has already undone himself. He's simply a dead man walking like this, like that movie. I didn't see it, but the administration, that is, okay. because McConnell is worried as well. Yes, he's going to continue to try to get those judges through, get them confirmed. But the price is coming, and it's going to be very expensive. Okay. That's all I had for today. I will answer some questions. Let's see. Mary Humphrey saying hello from West Virginia. Hello, Marie. Okay. I'm looking for questions. Let's see. Audrey Campbell is saying, Jen, you don't want to think bad things, but we might start wishing for some COVID karma on Trump and Pence, trying to resist. I know how you feel, you know, because they've done so many bad things, and they have caused the suffering of so many innocent and poor people. It's unbelievable. I don't know. Well, I'm sure all of you know. I was going to mention the arrest of those two guys who shot that young gentleman in Georgia, but I'm sure all of you know, and I wasn't surprised. This is so stupid to me. I don't understand how people can think that way and think in 2020 you're going to be able to get away with killing somebody that way, and it's unbelievable. Anyway, Danielle Bezuski is saying, "Show is funny. This this virus hit while Trump is in office." Just saying, oh God. Lena is saying, I just left my local neighborhood group. I cannot believe they were all for Trump and were tearing Cuomo apart. Scary. Yeah, I know what you mean, and, one thing I wanted to mention, your comment just reminded me of it. And I believe I mentioned it, but I'm getting it again strong today. Those who went out those who have been out protesting, and those who are going to continue to protest, they will change their mind. Just wait a little while longer. Yeah. And unfortunately, friends, I don't know if you read about it. Germany, they did an amazing job controlling this thing. Unfortunately, they've reopened and the numbers are ticking up. So I'm sure, they have an amazing leader there. She's very bright. I can't think of her name right now. But you know who I mean? I'm sure they will get things under control again. But that should, I hope what's happening there after they open that way is not lost in the eyes and ears of governors here who was listening to Trump to reopen their states. Just saying. Okay. Let's see, I'm going down. Audrey Campbell is saying, I'm worried that they are going to just forgive all of these crimes. No, saying that they want the country to move forward, but they better get justice for America or else I'm going to be really mad. Audrey Campbell, I agree with you, and I don't think that's going to happen. Trump is not very bright. Some of the stuff he's done to people has been terrible. America will not heal until justice visits the Trump family. That's my prediction. Losing that many people because of his incompetence, his failure to do anything, that's number one. Number two, he has attacked, demean, lie. You con people. Us as a country. Our society will never be able to move forward without making sure that's my prediction, everyone in this administration who have enabled Trump, including Republican leaders. I know right now they think they have everything under control. One of them, the guy who's in charge of the judiciary, I believe, he's the one, I can't remember his name, but he's older. He's the one who helped craft the whistleblower policy that we have. That guy said Barr has many more good things in his bags to do. Good luck. That's a sign of how comfortable they are. They are in their late 70s and 80s, and they've been in those positions for a very long time. Overconfidence. They're going to pay the price. No, America is not going to let go what this administration has done. Absolutely not. Okay, Patricia says, I have to go, friends. Till next time. See you soon. Thank you for spending time with us. Okay, I'm going to go to, let me answer one more question. Marietta Berto is saying a hurricane in South Florida, please. Oh, yeah, we're going to have a few this year, unfortunately. But, I was thinking about that the other day. I know I'm going to get caught down there and that stuff, but there are plenty of places to hide. There are things I can do to get away. So, yeah, we will get hurricanes, unfortunately. Okay. White Mountain Dreaming is asking, Milu, if something happens with the Biden nomination because of Tara Reid, will I don't know, will the Democrats draft Cuomo? I don't see Cuomo being president right now, and no, Democrats are not going to jump ship. Tara does not have enough credibility. She has damaged her credibility. She has changed her story too many times, and having Fox News and Megyn Kelly interview her, the only people who are going to believe what she says are the Trump base. Because right now, Democrats have rallied behind Biden. And if you recall what happened to Al Franken, I'll never forget his name again because I forgot his name twice. And somebody says, you keep forgetting Al Franken. So I associated his name with someone, and then now all I have to do is think of that person's name, then I remember. What they did to Al Franken, Biden is on firm ground. I don't see this affecting Biden at all. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Margaret Tucker is asking, will Trump leave the White House in the middle of the night so the Americans cannot celebrate him leaving? It doesn't matter when he leaves. We are going to be celebrating. That is for sure. The only thing I am having a difficult time understanding. Trump, regardless of what he does, and Republicans, is not going to be president for life. And the Senate is going to turn blue, regardless of what happens. I don't understand why so many people are willingly ruining their careers, their reputation and everything to... Like right now, they have Chris Christie going around agreeing with Rush Limbaugh. Maybe these guys, they will sell their soul for money. Maybe they offered him some money. Maybe he has a huge mansion in Jersey, somewhere around here. He hasn't been working. He's no longer governor. So maybe he needs money. But they even enrolled Chris Christie. No reputation at all as far as I'm concerned. And intuitively, I don't feel he has, not too many people, I mean, except for the Republican base, I guess, have positive views of Christie. But they even enrolled him now and trying to persuade people, well, it's okay if we lose. We have to reopen the economy. If some people die, so what? So that's how desperate they are. But I don't understand. Intuitively, sometimes I get really afraid because the reason why I get concerned, not afraid, but I get concerned. I'm like, I would not do something like that unless I knew there was a way I was going to be able to enjoy at least 10 or 15 more years of this administration. That's what scares me. If they don't have a plan, and I don't think they do, it's just they are, so full of arrogance, and they think they are the most powerful people on earth. Just like Trump feels, he thinks right now being president of the United States is the most powerful man on earth. Instead of being humble and say, you got to be careful. Look at what he's doing. So I think they're desperate. I don't think they have a plan. And this trend is heading for the trend is closer to that wall it's going to hit than they think. So it's going to be interesting to watch how those people are going to behave when this whole thing ends soon. Thank you very much, everyone, for spending time with me today. I appreciate it. If anyone would like a reading from me, the link to my website is below the video, psychicmilu.com, or you can send me an email, psychicmilu@aol.com. And also, if you call me, it's using the number that I usually post on here, I don't answer, or you send me a text, I'm late answering, I'm sorry, I don't use that phone. And I don't look at it all the time. I'm trying to change that, but I keep forgetting. I'm not in the habit of doing it. So bear with me, but it's better to email me. In any event, thank you everyone for your support. If you are new to the channel and you like the channel, please subscribe and also tap on the bell in order for you to be notified when I'm online or when I post a video. Again, thank you. Unless something major breaks later, I'll come back. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, bye.